Everyone. So as all the classes are falling out on the concept of Malchut, mastery, the climax in a way of whatever Sfirah we were in during the week. So this past week we've been dealing with the idea of Hod. Hod is releasing, relaxing, surrendering, acknowledging the other. So today we're in the day of mastery of that, mastery of surrender, mastery of letting go. So it's a very nice yoga framework for our yoga. I want to dedicate the class to Toiba Razel Baslata, who's really not well. She actually gifted me with this beautiful leggings and skirt arrangement that I'm wearing, and I hope this class can bring her some light, comfort, joy, energetically sending a hug and a radiance to her. So let's sit down on our mats, come to some kind of grounding, a sense of being quiet, a sense of being still. Let the weight of your body drop down into your sitting bones. Feel the weight of your hands on your thighs. Let your spine rise up above you. Let your head just float at the top of your head and find your breath. And while you're breathing, just with your eyes closed, just in and out, allowing the sense of grounding to happen, a settling down of your weight at the same time that there's a stretching up above you. I just want to read a poem that I think is a beautiful poem for being in this time of Hod. Hod is a quiet, resting, pulling back from action and effort. And the poem by Donna Falls is called Who You Are. Who you are is so much more than what you do. The essence shining through heart, soul, and center, the bare and bold truth of you does not lie in your to-do list. You are not just at the surface of your skin, not just the impulse to arrange the muscles of your face into a smile or a frown, not just boundless energy or bone-wearying fatigue. Delve deeper. You are divinity, the vast and open sky of spirit. It is the light of God, the ember at your core, the passion and the presence, the timeless, deathless essence of you that reaches out and touches me. Who you are transcends fear and turns suffering into liberation. Who you are is love. So I thought that was a beautiful poem while we're moving in the space of doing less, working less, articulating ourselves less with our professions and our accomplishments, and we have ourselves to deal with. So let's sit a little while longer and we'll move into some three-part breaths. And as we do these three-part breaths, I want you to imagine that as you're breathing in, you're inviting energy and illumination from an opening right above your head You're breathing in and you're taking all this energy kind of down. And as you're breathing out, you're constricting your belly, you're constricting your pelvic floor, you're constricting in your anus, and then you kind of push the energy up with your exhale. So let's just try that. We're going to open the breath down into a really soft belly as we build the breath. It's tricky because we're opening down, but we're breathing from the bottom up. And then as we exhale, even though we're letting the breath go from the upper part, we're actually energetically going to be pushing up. Let's see if we can do it. So just sit and imagine above your fontanelle that kind of opens to divine light, the light of Keter or Keser, which is the crown in the Kabbalah, the crown Sfirah or the crown chakra in yoga. So as we breathe in, open it and let that light go all the way down to your belly, and then we're going to kind of fill up with that from the bottom up. So opening, filling up, and then as we let it out, feel, as you're letting that breath out, feel the contraction from the bottom of your energetic center. So you're letting the breath out, but you're contracting in the pelvic area, and you're pushing the energy up. Let's try it again. So we're breathing in, filling the light up from here as we open the belly and open the body to receive that light. And then as we exhale the breath, squeeze that breath out by pulling up from the belly and pushing the energy up to the head. Release and fill up. Exhale and squeeze the energy upwards as the breath releases. Inhale up. Exhale. Squeeze the pelvic floor up. Inhale, release everything, belly soft. Fill up. Exhale. Push it up. You're actually pushing it up to your third eye, to the pineal gland. Breathe in. Let it all open up to receive the light. Exhale. Push up. Activate the third eye or the pineal gland. 2 more. Breathe in and relax. Exhale and squeeze and press it energetically up. Last time, inhale and relax and full. Exhale. Pull it all up. Okay, so that's an interesting breathing. When you breathe, if you sit long enough in your breath, just allowing the breath to fill you and then squeezing it out can activate all the different energy centers in the body, and then pressing up this energy all the way into the third eye. And that's what enables people to have these wow moments when they're meditating. So I wanted to do for today, which is Malchus, the mastery, the total integration of all the aspects of Hod, all the aspects of surrender. Surrendering when we're trying to do good with people. Surrendering, maybe we just do so much and then we let it go. Surrendering when we're trying to make boundaries and be very tough and disciplined. Let that go. surrendering when we want to show compassion, and we try to do that, but at a certain point, we just let it be. Surrendering in our effort, even surrendering in our surrendering. Maybe you want to surrender, you're meditating and your mind is really busy, even surrender in that. Surrender in how we achieve connections with other people in your sword, surrender to that. What we do doesn't always work. And now we're just in the total surrender of all of it. So I wanted to do salutation to the earth, which is very grounding and a very lovely sequence. So we're going to start off with just doing some dog and cat movements seated. I'm actually going to come this way and move along my mat like this. So breathing in and out, dog breath in, cat breath out, dog breath in, cat breath out, dog breath in, cat breath out. One more, dog breath in, and cat breath out. Lifting the arms up, folding forward into child's pose. We're folding forward. And in our child's pose, let's take the arms over to the left side and just stretch it out. Take the arms over to the right side, stretch it out. Come forward, extended child's pose. And then we're coming onto our knees and we're just folding down into this, it's not quite up dog, Cobra Pose. Let's come back on our knees, pull it back to child's pose. Come up, inhale, let it go, exhale. Come back, inhale, back into child's pose. Stretching out, let's go over to the right side, over to the right. Pull your hips to the left. Pull. Come center, take your hands over, pull it back. And then come center. We're going to do that again, moving into Cobra Pose, up onto the knees, dropping down into Cobra. Let's loosen up the shoulders a little. Look over your left shoulder. Look over your right shoulder. Coming up, stretching, you can hook the toes, pull it all the way back. Okay, now we're going to move on. So we're coming up, dropping into our Cobra, pulling it back and flipping our legs so that now we're sitting with our legs outstretched. So let's actually loosen up those hips. We're just going to walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walking back, walking back, walking back, walking back, and bending those knees. And let's do a couple dog and cat backs like this. So breathing into dog, up into dog, round into cat. Breathing in, up into dog, round into cat. Breathe up into your dog, round into cat, up into dog, round into cat. And moving the feet a little forward, coming up. We're going to work on stretching those hamstrings. So breathing up into dog, my feet are a little more forward than they were. Breathing up into dog, round into cat. Breathe up into dog, round into cat. Feet are moving a little more forward. Up into dog, round into cat. Up into dog, round into cat. Let's take the arms up. Move the feet a teeny bit more forward. Coming forward, dropping the head down. Now let's do that pedaling that we've done many times before. One leg stretches, pulls back, stretch, pull back, stretch, pull back, stretch, pull back. It's like you're on a paddle boat. So stretch the left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Let's come into a little twist. My right hand is grabbing my left big toe. I'm opening out. Coming back, I'm going to put this hand onto my right foot. My left, right hand is going back. Open it out. Coming up onto the left foot. Right arm opens up. Exhale, left goes, right goes back, up. Let's do one more time on each side. Left arm opens back, coming over. Right hand opens back, coming over. And then send those feet away, bring the toes back. Send the toes away, bring them back. One more time, send the toes away, back. And here we are. Legs are stretched out. Let's see, we're coming into our forward fold. Lift up the back. Exhale down. Inhale up. Lift yourself over a ball. So you go over the ball. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. Are you ready for your forward folds? Legs are straight, head bends down. Take a couple of breaths here. This a surrendered pose, pose of surrender. Malchus, Sfirah of Hod. Good. And now we coming up. Let's shift to the front of our mat. Now, if you would like to do this, you could take your blanket and put it exactly where your spine is going to roll when you roll back, because we're going to be rolling back and forth. Rolling back and forth. By the way, if you don't have all the yoga props, of course you can use any blanket at all. You can use any object, a shoebox or anything. But if you do want to get yoga supplies, they're not that expensive, and you can buy them online. If you just Google cheap yoga supplies, you can get a lot of stuff and feel like a real yogi at home with all your equipment. So we're sitting up, we're going to roll back and roll forward and loosen up the spine. So let's go. I'm going to cross my ankles one over the other, and let's do the roll. Roll back, roll forward. Roll back, roll forward. I'm changing the cross. Roll back, roll forward, roll back, roll forward. The next time I roll back, I'm going to uncross my legs and stay in plow pose. So rolling back, here we go. I'm straightening out my legs and dropping them down. I can bring them up and drop them down. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Now I'm going to open my legs. Let's open the legs wide and close. Open wide and close. Open those legs wide and close. Now I'm going to roll forward with wide open legs. So Going to inhale, rolling forward, coming into my forward fold. So swinging over to the left side and just being, I'm actually going to bend up my right knee and just stretch over my left leg. Stretching over the left leg and then coming center, bending up the left leg and stretching over the right side. Bending up the right, stretching over the left, bending up the left, stretching over the right. And now stretching them both out. And again, let's try, actually I'm going to have them slightly bent, my knees. If you want your legs straight, that's even better. Lift up your back into dog back and round. Lift up the back and round. Lift up the back and round. And let's take the right hand onto the left big toe, left arm opens. Now we're doing the same that we did with the legs are open. Come, switch that hand. Lift the right arm back. And then stretching into your wide leg forward fold. And just be here, wide-legged position of surrender. Just be in it. Allowing yourself to just find what it is that you can find in the pose. All you have to do is just drop your head and breathe. And straightening up into that dog back, bringing your feet together. And we're going to move to lying on our backs again, but we're just going to do it in a graduated way. So let's breathe in, up, exhale, back. 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 In, up, and exhale all the way down. So here we are. So I think you can see me. Let's lift up into bridge pose. So roll your shoulders underneath you, interlock your fingers underneath you, and we're pushing up into bridge pose. Press up into bridge and let it go. Interlock the fingers underneath the shoulders. Press up into bridge and let it go. Let's hug those knees into the back. Hug those knees. So hug the knees into the back, into the chest. Just hug as you rock your knees side to side. Let's drop the feet down, and we'll take those knees side to side. Take those knees side to side. Rocking. If you want a little more challenge, lift the feet off the floor and just rock side to side. Rock, rock, rock. Rock, 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 and then pull them up. Let's hold the hands behind the head, and we're going to stretch out one leg at a time. So stretch out and inhale. Stretch out, inhale. Stretch out, inhale. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Let's do two more. One and back. On the other side and back. One and back. Other side and back. Drop down. Let's go back into that bridge. We're lifting into our bridge, lift up into the bridge. Really stretch that bridge nicely up to the sky. Drop down, we're crossing the ankles again. Rock forward. And we're up, upright. Now we're going to take our hands, place them in front of us, uncross those legs, and sit back. So we're going to do some variations on Camel Pose. So let's start with just rolling my mat here for my knee support. So coming up, hook the toes, and just roll those shoulders back. Roll those shoulders back, and put the hands in the pelvis, at the back of the, put your hands in your lower back. And we're going to do a modified farmer's pose. So you're just pressing your hands into your lower back, pushing your thighs forward. And counter stretch. Let's stretch into child's pose. Stretch into child's pose. Let's come up, and we're going to work on camel. So I'm going to hook my toes, and we're going to extend this farmer's pose. I'm lifting up my left arm, and I'm taking it all the way back to my left heel, and I'm lifting up my right arm. Press the heels forward, press the heels forward. The thighs forward, and back. Massage in that lower back. Do the same thing, lifting up the right arm. Lifting up that right arm, putting it onto the right heel, lifting up the left arm, and moving into a one-sided camel. So you want to go into a full camel. So we're going to lift both the arms at the same time, lifting up. Exhale those hands onto the heels. Now, if this is too much for you, you can put your hands on your buttocks, you can put your hands behind your thighs. You can also use a block and put the block over there. So you're lifting up, going back. Maybe you'll put your hands on your block, or maybe you'll reach all the way to your heel. So today my knees feel very tight, so I'm just going to put my hand on that block, and I'm just going to be in my camel like that, and then coming back down, resting in child's pose. Try to rock those hips side to side, crawl over to the left, stretch it out. You take the left arm behind your lower back and just stretch, stretch, stretch. Come to the other side. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And sitting up. So that is called Salutation to the Earth, that sequence. And actually, I would like to do the whole sequence again. So we're going to start at the back of the mat, and we're sitting on our bent legs, and we're sitting up like this. So before we move into the sequence again, let's do alternate nostril breathing. So I'll just sit facing you for this. So alternate nostril breathing is a balancing for both sides of the body. So we can lift up our right hand, take the right thumb, close off the right nostril, and we're going to breathe in through the left. So we're breathing in through the left, closing. Hold the breath. Release the right and breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Close it off. Hold the breath in. Release a finger that was holding that left nostril and breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Close it off. Out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Close it off. Hold the breath. Out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Close it off. Out through the right. And then just sit and feel. That kind of breathing balances the left side and the right side. So if you're feeling stressed, confused, discombobulated, it's a good breath to do. So I'm coming back to the back of my mat and I'm going to move into child's pose, stretching out into child's pose. Now from child's pose, I'm coming up and moving my way into Cobra Pose. And then I'm going to move from Cobra to child and then child to Cobra. So let's go. In and back. In and exhale. In and back. Stay back. And let's go. In and exhale. In and back. In, exhale. Let's do two more. In and back. In and exhale. Last one. In and back. In and exhale into our Cobra Pose. Swing back and we're going to flip the legs around so we are ready for our forward fold. So legs are bent. Let's start with bent knees, coming forward. Over the ball, let's stretch out those legs. And here we are in our forward fold. Breathing into dog, round the back to cat. Into dog, round the back to cat. Breathe into dog, round the back to cat. And into dog, and round the back to cat. Try to stretch those legs out completely. We have our forward fold. Let's take 3 breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now we're going to go forward so we can roll back into our plow pose. So we're moving forward. Moving forward, if you want to arrange a blanket behind your spine so that it's there. If you're on a hard floor, sitting in front of that blanket. Here we go. Rolling back. So we're in our plow pose, supporting our lower back. Legs are reaching towards the floor. Can circle the ankles. Open and close those legs. Open, close, open, close. Let's take this into a shoulder stand. So your elbows try to come close together. And you're supporting yourself in the shoulder stand. Your chin is pressing down into your thyroid. Feet are making circles. Can have them circling away from each other, then circling towards each other, shaking those legs so all the blood comes down, shake, shake, shake. Come back into your plow. Open, close, open, close, lift up into shoulder stand. And then we're going to start to come down, coming down. And let's open up those legs so we come down once more into a wide-legged forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Walking over to the right side. Walking over to the left side. Holding both toes and let's do a rapid breath. Breathe in on the left. Breathe out on the right. Breathe in on the right, out on the left. So and stretch out both those legs. Just be here, surrendered in this forward, wide leg forward fold for 3 breaths. And then we're going to bring our legs together and we're moving down into our bridges. We're ready for our bridges. So before we go down, we can do a little boat pose. So this is a nice chance to just find some stillness and some balance. Stretch out the left leg and bring it back. Stretch out the right leg. Bring it back. Stretch out both. Bring it back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Let's just rest for a moment. The nose can drop between the knees. It was kind of fun. Maybe we should do that again. So we're here in boat pose. Let's hold on to the left leg and just stretch out the right. Bring that right leg in. Hold on to that right leg. Stretch out the left. And back. Good. So another way to do boat pose is to keep those arms in front. Inhale and just stretch out the legs. And back and forward and drop the nose between the knees. Let's come up into the dog, round into the cat, up into the dog, round into the cat. Last time. Stretch out the right, bring it back. Stretch out the left, bring it back. Stretch out both. Breathing in. And up and down. Okay, I think we're ready to go down for our bridge. So just going down, inhale, exhale, going down, inhale, exhale, going down. Hug your knees to your chest, hug your knees, and give your lower back a little massage. Drop the feet, just swing the knees back and forth just to release any tightness that might be there. Good. And now we are going into our bridge. So let's do rolling bridges. So we're going to lift up the arms, lift up the pelvis, exhale, drop both. Inhale, lift up pelvis and hands above the arm, the head, and down. Inhale, lift, and down. Inhale, lift, and down. And inhale, lift, and down. Interlock the fingers underneath you. Roll your shoulders right underneath so you can push up into that bridge. And then rolling it down, hug the knees, rock them side to side, big toes. Let's do happy baby pose. Just let that just be nice and loose. You're lying on the ground, you're feeling this solidness of the floor beneath you. Feel the solidness of the floor. Crossing the one ankle over another, rocking forward, hands come down, back onto our blanket, if you have a blanket. Support your knees in any way that you can, lifting up into farmer's pose or yoga mudra. Let's in fact fold forward. So we're going to try to bring the head and the nose as close to the knees as we can. So we're just coming down. And then come up, farmer's pose. And then for the final time, let's move into camel. So lifting up the right arm up, back to the heel. Left arm comes up and up. Lifting up the left arm and back. Right arm is up and lift and lift and lift and up and down and setting forward, setting back, I'm sorry. Last time, child's pose over here. So from here, let's come into downward facing dog, hook the toes, and there we go. Just walk out your dog, walk, walk, walk out that dog. And then bend your knees and let's just hang over. Hang over. This is a nice Hod Malchus Hod pose. Just hanging over and then coming up. Let's come up into chair pose and then coming all the way up. And so coming into a stand. So this is the first time we're actually standing in class. Feels nice to be upright. So Malchus is an interesting Sfirah because it's many things at the same time. Malchus is the end of one cycle, i.e. the feet, but it's really the beginning of the next cycle. So Malchus, royalty, I say mastery, is actually the bottom and the top at the same time. So it's the feet and the mouth. So let's just rock back and forth on our feet, feeling that connection to the ground. Feeling the connection to the ground. So I just sent out a newsletter. If you didn't get it and you want to get it, let me know after this class. Just be rocking back and forth. In that newsletter, I spoke about a lot of interesting things. But one of the things that I spoke about is a book that was being offered that you could download on biblical woman. And it spoke about, and I wanted you to look at the chapter on Miriam. And in that chapter, just while we're standing on our feet, let's move into some squatting. So in that chapter on Miriam, she speaks about the new Torah for women, the Torah of Mashiach, which is embodied Torah. And it's feeling our feet on the ground, feeling our connection to the physical world. So Malchus is all about that. It's the letting all these thoughts and ideas and philosophies and concepts come down into a place where they actually become grounded and embodied. So I'm going to bring my feet together. We're standing in mountain pose. And just stand in mountain pose. My arms are above my head, so it's extended mountain pose. Breathing in and out. And let's let those knees really soften. And just come forward. Just come forward. And hang down. Let's straighten up the knees. And bend those knees. Straighten up the knees. And bend. Straighten up. And bend. And straighten up the knees and just hang with soft knees. And then let's unfurl, unfurl, unfurl. Lifting up to mountain pose. Coming down. Lifting up. Come down. Soften those knees. Roll forward. Just hang down. Play with straightening the knees and bending the knees. Straightening the knees, bending the knees, straighten, bend, straighten, bend. And then while those knees are bent, legs are close together, let's come up into chair pose. Left arm up, right arm up. Sitting back, lifting up. And then here we are in our straightforward mountain pose. Straightforward mountain pose. And then let's do some little jumps. So as we jump, feel your connection to the earth. Let yourself get everything loose. Just jumping, jumping, feeling those feet on the ground. I'm going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then just let those knees get nice and soft. Just fold forward. Hang in a surrendered kind of way. And then rolling up, rolling up. And this time, let's take mountain pose. Just without it being extended. Just standing in mountain pose and feeling your feet upon the ground. Just standing in this mountain pose. Good. Before we come down for final relaxation, let's just do a nice little standing twist. So I'm going to lift up that right leg, step it forward, and here I am. Let's stretch it forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And I'm going to come forward. I'm pressing my hands really strongly towards each other, and I'm going to take my left elbow and put it on the outside of my right thigh. So I'm coming forward and then bringing that elbow over and turning to the right side. Coming back, up and back. Let's do it with the other side. Lifting up the left leg, coming forward, bending forward, taking the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. And coming back and back. So let's do that again, but let's warm up the calf muscles a little bit. So I'm just going to come down into my downward facing dog and just walk those calf muscles a little, just walk them, stretching them out a little. And then let's come up. So let's do that again, and then we'll lay down on our backs, getting ready for Shavasana and a feeling of letting go and sinking into the earth. So I'm going to start with lifting up my right leg. So I lift up my right leg, step it forward. I'm pressing back with my left foot, pressing back with my left foot. Lifting up. I'm going to take my left elbow to the outside of my right thigh. So I'm coming up and folding forward. Let's actually warm it up a little. Let's do some aeroplane moves. So just loosening up that that upper back, and then hands to chest. Elbow is going to go out over to the right side, pressing and looking to the back. Coming up and up, and stepping that right leg to the back. Other side, lifting up the left leg, stepping it forward, folding forward, coming into aeroplane. Let's loosen up that upper back. Ha, 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 ha. Hands in prayer. Taking that warrior pose. Right elbow coming to the outside of that left knee. My back foot is pressing back. I'm going to try and lift up out of my hands. So I'm not shrinking down like this, but I'm lifting up and then coming and stepping forward and up. And let's bend those knees again, hang forward, step back into your downward facing dog. Let's just stretch that dog, stretch, stretch, stretch. Let's come down all the way onto the belly, and then just roll over onto your back. Roll over onto your back. And get ready for Shavasana pose. I guess here I am laying down. So we're almost ready for Shavasana. Just, do we need to do anything else before we get to? Let's do dead bug pose. Just arms and legs just pointed to the ceiling, and lift your arms out of there, lift the shoulders out of their sockets, lift up into the ground, lift up into the ground, lift up, exhale, up, exhale, up, exhale, up, exhale, and then let those hands come to the ground. Push your feet up to the ceiling, and then let them relax, push them up to the ceiling. Let them relax, push them up to the ceiling, let them relax. Last time, up to the ceiling. Let them relax, stretch your body out along the floor, and just find yourself in a space where you can relax. Letting go, feeling the bones letting go of their work of holding you up, feeling the muscles melting off the bones. Try to relax your head, relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your wrists, your fingers. Relax your upper back, relax your belly, relax your pelvis, relax your thighs, relax your knees, relax your calves, relax your heels, relax your toes. And while you're lying there on your back, just close your eyes and let yourself connect to your breath and be and embrace the state of not doing anything at all. Just being in touch with your breath, listening to your breath, feeling your breath. So I wasn't sure which poem to read to class, and I brought two poems with me, and I was going to read the first one again, but I'm not finding it, so I'm actually going to read the second poem while you're lying there in Shavasana. It's enough. It's enough to lie in peace in the presence of divine energy. It's enough to let go of goals and see what shows up when you breathe in love and breathe out love. It's enough to say, I'm here, Lord, I'm listening, and then wait patiently in silence. It's enough to savor what comes without wishing for better or more. It's enough to open the door of your heart and leave it unlocked. All your failures and inconsistencies don't hold a candle to the radiance that's so bountifully shared with me or you. It's enough to bask in light. So I think that's a very beautiful poem for the state of letting go and of just allowing and surrendering. So being in that space and just being with your breath for another few moments. And then beginning to slowly, if you want to, you can continue to be in a restful space and a restful place for as long as you want. You don't need to pack up and go anywhere. So you can continue to rest in your Shavasana mode, just attending to your breath, watching it rise and fall without moving and without moving away from this precious experience of relaxation. If you want to come out of the relaxation and you're ready to come out of it, start moving your body parts, one body part at a time, stretching yourself out into a nice big body yawn. And then when you're ready, rolling over onto one side. And in that fetal position, setting an intention for the rest of the day. And then rolling up slowly into a sitting position. And once you're sitting up, just being sitting on your mat, cross-legged or in any comfortable position, and we'll just continue to meditate in an upright position for a moment. Taking your hands up above and opening them to the light above you, which is the light of Keser, the crown. Bringing that down, you can point your thumbs to the third eye or to the point of Da'as, which is between wisdom and understanding. Da'as, it corresponds to the third eye. And then bringing that down, the thumbs are now pointing to the heart center, the fourth chakra, Sfirot, and just placing your hands on your heart. And let's just take 2 breaths as you breathe in, opening to the light above you, letting that light kind of fill you all the way down to the bottom of your being, right down into your root. And as you breathe up, energetically, that light presses up all the way into your third eye, into the point of Da'as. Inhale. The light comes down, filling you up right into your belly. Exhale. Press it up into your third eye. Into the point of Da'as, of knowing. Resting, says the Sfas Emes, connects us to our roots, to our connection, to our knowing, to our being one with Hashem. One with God, one with your true essence. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for being part of this class. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking time out for your yoga practice, for your breathing, for your centering, for your grounding. If you've missed a class, here with me on Zoom, I have all the classes recorded. You can find them on my YouTube channel. I guess if you just look for Bracha Meshaninov, you'll see there's 10 classes called Yoga During Corona. This will be the 11th. And you can look at them anytime, share them with whoever you want, and you can sign up. If you are not receiving my newsletter, please let me know, and I'll put you on the list for that. We're currently working on the summer retreat, which is happening. It's in Harriman State Park. It's gorgeous outdoor center. We're working on ways to make it safe for everyone. I do believe the park is going to open. I do believe we will be able to have it. I'm trying to configure how to make it as safe as possible for everybody to feel comfortable. So, shalom, shalom.